Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle a topic that sounds a little like science fiction, but it's very real. Predictive analytics. It's all about using what's already happened to get a really smart look into what might happen next. So, let's jump right in. We're always asking ourselves questions about the future of our business. But what if you could do more than just guess? What if you could use all that historical data you're sitting on to make a truly educated prediction about what's just around the corner? That's the powerful idea we're diving into. Okay, so this is a term you hear thrown around all the time, right alongside stuff like AI and machine learning. But at its core, the concept is actually pretty simple and incredibly powerful. So let's break down what it really is. And you know what? The core idea is actually pretty straightforward. This isn't some kind of magic black box. It's really just sophisticated pattern recognition. A model looks at a huge amount of past data where we already know the outcome. It learns the patterns, and then it applies that learning to new situations to make a prediction. But this is where a lot of people get tripped up. The words prediction and forecasting sound like they mean the same thing, but in the world of analytics, they're actually quite different. So let's clear that up right now. Okay, so here's the main difference, and it's a big one. Forecasting might tell you, hey, we think sales will be $10 million next quarter. It gives you a number. Prediction, on the other hand, is all about probability. It would say something like, there's an 85% probability of hitting that $10 million target. See the difference? Prediction needs that outcome to have happened before so it can calculate the odds. It's all about the probability. So when we say a model learns from data, what does that actually look like? How does that even work? Well, it's not random. It's a very structured process of training and testing to make sure the model knows what it's doing. Well, there's a pretty standard playbook for this. First, you gather a whole bunch of historical data. This is your training set. Then you take a big chunk of it, say 90%, and you feed it to the model to find all the hidden patterns. After that, you take that last 10%, the part the model has never seen, and you test it. You see how well its predictions match up with what really happened. That's how you know if it's accurate. Okay, the theory is cool and all, but where does the rubber meet the road? You might be surprised. This technology is already working behind the scenes in a ton of major industries, making huge decisions every single day. Let's look at a few examples. Think about retail for a second. Your marketing budget isn't infinite, right? So instead of just blasting out coupons to everybody and hoping for the best, a model can look at past customer behavior and tell you exactly which people are most likely to actually use that coupon. That makes your marketing spend way, way more efficient. Or how about banking? This is a classic one. By looking at thousands of past loans, some that got paid back, some that didn't, a model can look at a brand new loan application and give it a risk score. That score is basically the probability that they might default, which helps the bank make much smarter, safer lending decisions. And this one is really cool: manufacturing. Imagine if you could predict a product was going to fail before it even left the factory. By analyzing data from the assembly line, things like materials, machine settings, you name it, a model can flag products that have a high probability of breaking down later, saving a ton of money on warranty claims down the road. All right, so the model learns from data. It makes these predictions, but how? In a giant data set with maybe hundreds of different variables, like a customer's age, where they live, what they bought last week, how does it figure out which little pieces of data are the most important? Well, this is where we get to the secret sauce. The model's whole job is to find the real, meaningful signals hidden in all that noise. And it does that by measuring each variable's discriminatory power. I just love that phrase. It sounds so powerful, right? Basically, it's a fancy way of saying how good is one piece of information at telling the difference between one outcome and another, like separating the yeses from the nos. If most people who defaulted on a loan also happen to be first-time borrowers, then borrower history has high discriminatory power. The model's job is to find those super influential variables and pay the most attention to them. Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we've covered. Predictive analytics is all about using past data to figure out future probabilities. The way it works is by training a model on historical data. The absolute key to making it work is finding those variables with high discriminatory power. And the real value here, it's about moving from just reacting to what already happened to proactively getting out ahead of things and shaping what comes next. And that, right there, is the big so what of all of this. Most business reports are great at looking backward. They answer the question, how did we do last quarter? But predictive analytics looks forward. It gives you the insight to answer a much more powerful question. Based on what we think is going to happen, what should we do now? So I want you to think about this for a second. In your world, in your job, or even in your life, what's that one thing you wish you could predict? Would it be knowing which customer is about to leave, or which shipment might be delayed? What's the one event where seeing the future would be a total game changer for you? I really hope this helped clear things up and maybe got you thinking about the power of predictive analytics. If you found this useful, do me a favor and share it with a friend who might like it too. And of course, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in.